don't even know how to start. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm laughing because the news came out that former UK Prime Minister and son in law of Narayan Murthy, Rishi Sunak, has become an advisor to Microsoft and Anthropic. Let me spell it out again. Rishi Sunak, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and my British friends tell me that he was shit. Still Member of Parliament in the UK Parliament and full-time son-in-law of Infosys chairman Narayan Murthy, has announced himself that he is an advisor for Microsoft and Anthropic. Anthropic, by the way, is the AI company that makes Claude. It is a rival of OpenAI. Now, why I find it funny, amusing, intriguing, whatever words you want to use it, is because his father-in-law, Infosys, is the chairman of a company that provides tech-related services, body bag-related services, to big American tech companies like Microsoft and potentially Anthropic. This is clearly a conflict of interest. But it's so, I don't know, a bit nihilist? I don't know. What's the word that means cynical but not cynical? Whatever, that he himself announces he's an advisor to Microsoft and Anthropic. Clearly, he got the job from his position of privilege, and we are expected to not think that there's a clear conflict of interest here. Again, naked corruption, pure corruption. Anyway, I'll be looking at this to see how long before Rishi Sunak tells Microsoft that you need to pay Infosys more money for services. And of course, Infosys will deliver these services without hiring more people, because Narayan Murthy clearly claims to not believe in the idea of work-life balance. He just wants Infosys employees to work till they die, 80 hours a week or more. If he solved quantum physics, he would make employees work in all the parallel universes. He's that kind of guy. Anyway, in other more important news from Tech India, so this week feels like a lot of small bits of news put together to make it more meaningful, right? And this week there were three major events: the UK Prime Minister's visit to India, the India Mobile Congress, and the Global Fintech Fest. And there are some news clusters that are there from each of them. So in this week's episode of This Week in Tech India, I bring together the most important news so that you can stay informed. If you enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing and sharing this with a friend. And if you want to see more of something else, please comment below. I would love to continue receiving feedback from people like you, and for my video to reach more people. The first of these events, well, not the first in terms of chronology, the first that I'm going to talk about is the India Mobile Congress that was from 8th to 11th of October in Delhi. It claims to be the largest tech event in India, and it possibly is. There was a lot of showcasing. It was inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi, who said that India's tech landscape is so advanced today that 1 GB of data costs less than a cup of tea. Make what you will of that statement. MediaTek, a Taiwanese chip company, showcased a whole bunch of things, had a lot of demos, and expressed that it was open to manufacture chips in India. MediaTek designs and makes some of the most advanced chips in the world, and if they start making chips in India, I will be even more excited than I already am. Telecom Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia pledged a rapid rollout of satellite communication services in India, signaling the government's commitment to keeping pace with global developments. I don't think he mentioned Starlink even once, though. Reliance Jio unveiled a new safety-first feature on its Jio Bharat phones at the India Mobile Congress 2025. I'm trying to understand more about it. It feels it's a little bit of like satellite connectivity. If you're out in the woods and you have no mobile signal, but somebody can still find out where you are. That kind of thing. Now, another event that was a bit earlier happened in Mumbai was the Global Fintech Fest. And there's a whole bunch of fintech news that came out as a result of that festival. So you have Paytm unveiling something called the Paytm AI Soundbox. It is a POS machine, but it's also supposed to talk to the merchant in 11 languages. That apparently was important to mention in the announcement. It's supposed to talk to the merchant and answer questions and provide more insight about the business, not just like what's my total sales or total revenue for the day or for the week or whatever. They should be interesting. When I saw it, I immediately got reminded of the Rabbit R1, which was in the US this cute little AI voice box that was launched to much fanfare and quickly flopped because people found no real use for it. But this Paytm AI soundbox, I don't want to be so quick in dismissing it. It's got a very specific kind of niche purpose and it might work. Anyway, Zoho also launched a smart point of sale system, a smart POS integrated with Zoho Pay, its own UPI. Zoho's announcement did not use the word AI at all, and that kind of makes me happy. Pine Labs, which is a fintech unicorn and that is headed towards an IPO of its own, unveil a new tap and pay UPI feature. This is kind of different because tap and pay means you don't need a PIN. So it's a bit more convenient. This solution was developed in partnership with HDFC and the National Payments Corporation of India (NPCI). In a separate announcement, the NPCI announced that you will be able to make UPI payments with just your Face ID or Touch ID universally where you do not need a PIN. Now, how right now you need a PIN, for me it's a 6-digit number to make UPI payments. With Touch ID, you may not have to do that anymore. So I guess it's more convenient and just as secure, I hope. The RBI launched a retail sandbox for its central bank digital currency, CBDC, the digital rupee. And it's inviting developers to join the sandbox to develop. If you haven't heard of the CBDC, by the way, there's reporting that there are 7 million users of this digital rupee in India. I just hope that it's not a cryptocurrency. I hope it's tied to a fixed value so that we use a digital rupee for transactions. It must carry a fixed value. The way your 100 rupee note has a value of 100 rupees, like that. Lenskart is bringing direct UPI payments to its upcoming smart glasses, which has not been launched yet, which is going to launch in the coming months. No release date announced yet, but it's supposed to rival the Meta Ray-Ban glasses and other smart glasses out there in the market. That is exciting. I'm more excited about the smart glasses coming out. Yes, UPI and payments will be a feature in it. Now, the third event I was talking about, well, it's not an event per se, like it's not a conference, but it's an event in terms of, a point of time something happened. The UK Prime Minister and a large trade delegation from the UK visited India and made a whole bunch of deals. For example, London based digital finance giant Revolt said on Wednesday it will launch its payment platform in India as part of a planned global expansion. This means that Indian users will be able to make domestic and international payments via its tie ups with UPI and Visa, and there are already 350,000 waitlisted customers this year. Graphcore, which is a SoftBank owned AI hardware company, it's a company that makes AI accelerators called intelligent processing units, which have been marketed as an alternative to GPUs produced by NVIDIA. So Graphcore has announced it plans to invest up to $1 billion in India over the next decade. Over 10 years, 1 billion. So that's, you can average that out to 100 million a year. Baby math. In addition to funding announcement, the company said it has opened a new AI engineering campus in Bangalore, promising 500 new semiconductor jobs in the region. Jobs that will go to humans, I hope. Tide, not the washing powder, Tide, which is the UK's leading business management platform, on Friday announced that it's deepening its long-term commitment to India with a £500 million investment over the next 5 years. Nice. TCS, y'all know I don't like TCS. Yeah. Anyway, TCS announced the launch of an AI experience zone along with an AI design studio in London and is promising to hire some 5,000 people in London. This was after they laid off a bunch of people in India. What is this company's deal? Finally, Nothing CEO Carl Pei was part of this trade delegation that visited India and reaffirmed that CMF is going to be spun off as a subsidiary based in India. Cool. Other news that's not related to any of these events, but you need to know to stay informed. Zomato has tied up with HDFC Pension to introduce a national payment system platform workers model for its delivery partners, where its delivery partners can make small and less small contributions to a pension scheme, which I think is good. Zomato also, there's reporting that Zomato is going to use its delivery partners' uniform and delivery bags. You know, that big box that the Zomato riders and other riders have at the back. They are going to place ads on it. So it's going to become an ad platform and generate some ad revenue. Nice. I guess it's okay as long as it doesn't interfere in the delivery experience. I mean, just imagine if I get my Zomato order, be like, bro, why was you late? No, I was getting an ad stuck on my bag. Yeah. Anthropic, the rival to OpenAI and owner of Claude, who's going to be advised by Rishi Sunak apparently, is going to open its first office in Bangalore. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei, I hope I said his name right, is set to visit India and will likely meet a whole bunch of executives and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That should be exciting. Vishakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh, also known as Vizag in Andhra Pradesh, is becoming an investment hub. Google announced that it's investing $10 billion into a new data center cluster in Vizag. And Meta's, that is Facebook parent company, Meta's multi-billion dollar undersea cable project called Waterworth will have landing sites at Vizag and also in Mumbai. By the way, undersea cables, a lot of you will know this. Undersea cables is how 99.9% of the world's internet works. And go and read stories, maybe I'll link some stories to the description, about how when an undersea cable gets damaged, internet in a certain region is disrupted, and to repair it, there are actually very few boats in the world that can repair an undersea cable. So, internet globally is pretty fragile if you think about it. Tata Communications partners with BSNL to launch eSIM services pan India. This is using Tata Communications platform called Move. BSNL is not the first to provide eSIM services in India, but it is public sector, so I guess it kind of matters. The Delhi government announced that citizens will be able to apply for a few services like birth certificate and caste certificate through WhatsApp, which is a bit disappointing to be honest, because I wish the government uses Aratai. By the way, Aratai has introduced end-to-end encryption this week, which means that there is one less excuse for people to choose WhatsApp over Aratai. It's great. Get on there. Comment or DM me if you are on Aratai. I'd like to test a few things out. Speaking of creepy text messages, oh boy. Tinder has rolled out something called face check. You know, like fact check, but they check your face. Face check in India. This is to reduce the likelihood of catfishing. Face check uses video selfies to verify users, reducing fake profiles to enhance safety for those seeking meaningful connections on the app. I remember Tinder in India introduced the word sapiosexual, and I always pretended to know what it means. Those of you on Tinder, tell me if you still have the word sapiosexual in your bio. Good times. BluSmart, which is the now defunct electric taxi company and went out of operation sometime in April or May this year, put out a social media post telling users to stop messaging it on social media. Kind of sad. The post said that employees themselves have not been paid, founders committed the fraud and run away with money, and no customer will ever get a refund. It's electric sadness, I guess. I mean, BluSmart rode the electric vehicle hype. They expanded rapidly. They had at one point more than 8,000 cabs in big cities in India with charging stations and everything. And it was found out that the founders were using the company's funds to buy personal assets, which is one of the stupidest and most unfortunate pieces of fraud that you can commit as a startup founder. Union Minister Amit Shah announced that he's switching to Zoho Mail and he put out his email ID on X. I guess it's okay for him to do it, but please, do not put out your personal email ID on your social media platform. You don't want to increase the amount of spam that you get. Yeah. And finally, the Karnataka government, this is not entirely tech, but it is important because Karnataka and Bangalore and other cities are in Karnataka. The Karnataka government became the first state government to introduce menstrual leave for female employees. Female employees are allowed to take up to 12 days a year for menstrual leave. Yes, this could raise privacy concerns, but it's good. I mean, feminists are celebrating this announcement. I think feminists need to win more. I support feminism. I'm not just saying it as a there's no sarcasm in that. It's good. It's good for feminists to win. Things like gender pay gap and other related things like harassment and all that we need to talk more about. This is a welcome step. I wonder what Narayan Murthy thinks of it. His Infosys office in Bangalore will have to give these 12 extra days to women. Now, is he going to come and say, I don't believe in the concept of menstrual leave? He can talk to his chief minister or his son in law about that. And quite frankly, he can go to hell. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Please drop a like, make sure you subscribe, and share this video with a friend so that more and more people can stay informed about tech in India.